opened. Her slanting eyes glowed as she scanned the temples. Nai appeared, disappeared, and reappeared like a ghost. But one night, she stopped. In fact, she collapsed. I was aware that she had been ill. Tufts of her hair had been falling from her head. There was a rotten smell to her breath.
"Go and look for your father," she ordered. "Tell him that my end is near."
Papa was a handsome man in his 30s. He had what a fortune-teller would describe as the look of an ancient king, or the matching energy of sky and earth, meaning he had a square forehead and a broad chin. He had a pair of sheep eyes, a garlic-shaped nose that sat on his face like a gentle hill, and a mouth that was always ready to smile. His hair was thick and silky black. Every morning, he combed and braided it with water to make his queues smooth and shining. He walked with his back straight and head up. Speaking Mandarin with an imperial accent, Papa wore his voice like a costume. But when Papa lost his temper, his voice would slip. People were shocked when Mr. Yi suddenly took up a strange voice. Ignoring Nai's opinion that his ambitions would never be realized, Papa dreamed that one day he would work for the governor as an advisor. Papa attended tea houses where he showed off his talent in classic Chinese poems and verse. "I must keep my mind sharp and literary skills tuned," he often said to me. One would never guess from the way he presented himself that Papa was a seasonal coolie. We lived in Zhenjiang, a small town far away from the capital Peking, on the south side of the Yangtze River in Jiangsu Province. Originally, our family was from Anhui Province, a harsh region where survival depended on an endless round of crushing physical labor. For generations, my family worked the region's thin and unfertile soil and struggled with famine, flood, locusts, bandits, and debt-seekers. Nai bragged that it was she who brought luck to the Yi family. She was purchased by my grandfather when he was 40 years old. No one was allowed to mention that the purchase took place in a local sing-song house. When Nai was in her prime, she had a slender figure, a swan-like neck, and a pair of fox eyes with both ends tilted up. She painted her face every day and modeled her hairstyle after the imperial empress. It was said that men's blood would boil when Nai smiled. By the time the family crossed the Yangtze River and migrated to the south, Nai had given the Yi family 3 sons. Papa was the eldest, and the only one sent to school. Grandfather expected a return from his investment. Papa was expected to become an accountant, so that the family could fight the government's tax collectors. But things didn't turn out right. Grandfather lost his son to the education. Papa believed that he was too good to work as a coolie. At 16, he developed the expensive habits and fantasies of the rich. He read books of China's political reform and chewed tea leaves to sweeten his peasant garlic breath. An ideal life, he told others, would be to compose poems under blossoming plum trees, far away from the greedy material world. Instead of returning home, Papa traveled the country, making his parents pay the bills. One day he received a message from his mother. The message informed him that his father and brothers were gravely ill and near death from an infectious disease that had swept through his hometown. Papa rushed home, but the funeral was already over. Soon enough, his house was possessed by the debt-seekers. Nai and Papa fell into poverty and became coolies. Although Nai vowed to regain their former prosperity, she was no longer healthy. By the time I was born, Nai suffered from an incurable intestinal disease. Papa